What up, y'all? This is Isaiah Fowler, founder of SWAV Eyewear and SWAV Agency. And this is the 68th episode of the podcast, of the Star Show Division podcast. And check this out. Before we get started, because we have a really good show. This is the only platform, the best platform for focusing on direct to consumer. When I say direct to consumer, what I mean is really having and fostering the communication and a relationship with your customer base and growing and building it and owning that relationship. When you think about it, if you don't own the communication feedback loop between you as a brand and your customers, you're not gonna make it. Don't ever allow anybody to have control of the customers that are purchasing your brand's products. So when I say direct to consumer, D2C, this is what I mean. This channel and podcast and platform is for those who are looking to build a long-term sustainable brand. That's who this is for, right? This is not for those that just want to have a website that's making some money and that's cool. I'm talking to the people that want to build a real brand and position it to be able to exit one day, right? For 8-9 figures. These are a lot of different things that I've learned from building my brand and growing it, and also the brands that I work with on a monthly and a quarterly basis. So that's what I mean when I say D2C. If you rock with this episode, be sure to like it and be sure to comment because I got some good stuff for you. So today, we're talking about the price of paying yourself too early in your business. I see this a lot and it's very unfortunate, but I see this a lot. So I want to shed light on it and hopefully someone understands exactly what I'm saying and they make the adjustments. So when you think about building a brand, keyword is always brand, right? Always remember that from me. Keyword is the brand. So when you think about building a brand, there's going to be some sacrifices that you're going to have to make if you're serious about the longevity of this and the future of this. And this is also why some people, raise money and things like that to offset certain inefficiencies in their business, their finances and stuff like that. But let's just say that you're making, let's say that you want to make $3,000 a month. You want to pay yourself $3,000 a month. Number one, if you're already paying yourself from your business and it's taking away from the cash flow, you got to get honest with yourself and ask yourself, what do you really want? Because a lot of times what I've seen is if you have a product-based business and you're paying yourself from that business and it's not really doing any revenue, you're shooting yourself in the foot and you're causing yourself to reach a glass ceiling that you don't even know you're experiencing yet, right? And I'm going to explain this. I'm going to break all of this down so that you could really understand exactly what I'm saying. Service-based businesses, they usually have higher margins. So this doesn't fully apply to them. Some it may, but it really doesn't for the most part. So let's say that you want to make $3,000 a month. That's $36,000 a year, right? So let's think about this. You want to make $3,000 a month, $36,000 a year. You got to ask yourself, how much do I need to be making in my business to be able to comfortably pay myself this amount, right? And when I think about it, I'm thinking at the bare minimum, depending on the margins, right? Because that's another factor. Because if your margins are, 60%, you'll be able to pay that $3,000 a lot easier than if your margins are 25%, right? So that's what we have to think about as well. But you got to think, you have marketing cost, you have your inventory. If you have a team, right, W-2 employees, you have to pay that. You have sales tax that you have to pay quarterly or monthly, depending. and, inventory, operating expenses, softwares, all these different things. So if you're making $10,000 a month, your monthly expenses could be half of that, if not a little bit more. So how are you going to pay yourself $4,000, right? Because you still want to have reserves in your business every month to be able to put to the side for taxes and different things. And also to just have reserves for moves you want to make in the future. So one of the biggest mistakes I see is I see entrepreneurs, they start the businesses, but they immediately are paying themselves. And it's funny because a lot of people out here, well, before I say that, if you want to really get your business off the ground and really going, you're going to need like $50,000 to $100,000, right? That could come at one time, or that could come, over time. And it's funny because I hear a lot of people, I just need $40,000. I need $30,000 to really get this thing up. I need $60,000, but they're paying themselves $40,000 a year, right? So think about this. The money that a lot of people need invested in their business, if they stop paying themselves for 12 months, that's the money, because this is a game of cash flow, right? Because think about it, $36,000 a year, that's $36,000. That's $3,000 a month, right? 3 times 12. What would your business look like? How would your business be different if you could invest that same $3,000 every month into your business? And it's like a baby, right? A baby needs to be nourished in its infancy stages, the same way a business does. If you feed yourself over your child, your newborn, your baby will become malnourished. If you feed yourself over your business will become malnourished if your business is not getting what it needs. And in the business world, when you start one, the nourishment is the finances, is the team, is the marketing, is the product creation, product development, those things. So you really need to pinpoint, where do I need the money to go? And then how do I need? And this is like the lean startup type of mindset. This is how you bootstrap. So it's really important to put yourself in a position to where you can afford not to pay yourself for at least 2 to 3 years, because that could be the money you need to really get off the ground the way that you want. Because a lot of times you can't get funding, and you can't let that stop you. You cannot allow the lack of funding to stop you from getting where you want to get to, because a lot of times it's just a matter of patience and sacrifice. If anything that I've learned and seen on this journey and really starting and building a business and a brand, and the key word is brand, I'm going to say that one more time, brand, right, is patience and time. Time allows things to just happen that you can't see and or predict. Everyone is in a rush. Everyone wants to raise money. Everyone wants a big investment. But if you just let 3 to 6 months worth of time go by, what if you have, a semi-viral moment and your sales spike and you get, let's say you go from making $10,000 a month, but for 2 months, you're making $40,000 a month because like something happened on the internet, right? You just made the money that you needed from an investor, right? And all you have to do is have that perspective and insight. A lot of times, from what I've seen too, some people don't need an investor. They need patience, and they need it just a couple big months so that they can front load some expenses for their inventory to really invest a good amount in their marketing and things like that, right? But if you are not, number one, patient and long-term minded, you're not going to see value in that, right? You're not going to see value in that. So you have to ask yourself, how much am I paying myself and how much am I willing to sacrifice? If you start a business and you immediately are paying yourself from your business is not going to go where you want it to go unless you have, the luck of the draw and like your business just like goes viral or something happens and like sales are just coming in from places that you don't know they're coming from. But we're talking about from a quantifiable standpoint, from a standpoint of where a sustainable standpoint, longevity standpoint, all these different things. You want to really, really, really look at your own salary that you're giving yourself, that you're paying yourself. If you're making $120,000 a year, but you're paying yourself $50,000 a year, you're going on these trips, then your business is really only operating out of, $60,000 a year, right? Or $70,000 a year. So how can your business grow if you're taking away from the business and just giving it to yourself? And this is that delayed gratification that's important. And this is why a lot of people don't see long-term success with an actual company that they can scale vertically and get to a place where they can get acquired, because people need money right now. People want to pay themselves right now. But if you can just figure out how can we cut costs, how can we increase our monthly cash flow, your life and business will be changed forever. Your business can do anything with consistent cash flow. It may take time, but your business can do anything with consistent cash flow. And I mean anything. With cash flow, you can handle the things that you need to handle in your business. But without cash flow, there's going to be challenges. And a lot of people don't want to give up what they're paying themselves so that the business can have greater cash flow, so the business can grow, so one day it could take care of them in a way that they never would have imagined. This is the mindset of really growing a real company and going vertical. And this is why if it was easy, everybody would do it. If it was easy, there would be way more people doing it. But it's not easy because it takes you to drop your ego, right? It takes discipline and it takes sacrifice, and people don't want that because a lot of people right now are comparing themselves to people on the internet when they shouldn't be. You got to keep your vision front of mind, because what happens is in the beginning, nobody's screaming your name, nobody's applauding for you. But when you grow that company, when you grow that brand and it's getting national attention, then everybody's going to be clapping for you. But you don't do it. You don't do anything in business for an award. You do it because you're solving a solution in a market, and you're really trying to make the world a better place in your own regard with your company and the products and services that you're providing and rendering, right? So ask yourself, how much am I paying myself? Can I drop what I'm paying myself right now for the longevity of the business, because I know that this business will take care of me long term? That's the mindset. It's not popular, it's not sexy, but that's what will get you a lot further. So you could be making $100,000, but if you're paying yourself 50, that same 50 could be going into the business and getting you to 400. But if you're not investing in inventory, product development, marketing, making your product better, packaging, how is your business going to get better? It's going to be the same business 2 years from now than it is today. And you're going to be trying to figure out how. And you're going to think that you need to spend more money on marketing when you need to spend less money on yourself and put more money into your business. And this is what it's about, right? So that's what I wanted to say today. That's the episode. This is the price of paying yourself too early. So I want to encourage you to look at how much are you paying yourself and really just put it in perspective. Like, oh, okay, I'm paying myself too much. How can I drop what I'm paying myself, right? Just pay yourself the minimal that you need, invest it into the business, and watch your business grow and watch what your life becomes over time. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't worry about anything else externally. Focus on you and keep your vision front of mind, and everything gonna be good, right? So that's the episode today I wanted to talk about. We're going to catch you on the next episode. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe on the channel. And always remember, everything you do in life, it starts with a vision. Peace.